Guys, so today I have a couple different projects that I'm going to be going and doing, and I thought it would be fun to take you along. The first thing is that last year I got a bunch of organic tomatoes from the farm that I've mentioned in other videos that we're friends with the owners, and when tomato season comes in they get tons of tomatoes, more than they can even know what to do with, and so they love to give out seconds at the farmers markets that they go to and sell them for cheaper, but also for family and friends. They love to just have us take as many as we want. And so I took a bunch last year when I was largely pregnant, and I canned a bunch of tomato sauce, and I ran out of cans actually, or jars. And so I had this amount left. I filled 2 gallon-sized bags with tomato sauce and froze them. So this has been in my freezer since last August. And I finished all the ones that I canned, and so I just took these out of the basement freezer, and I am going to let them thaw, and then I will be at some point either today or maybe tomorrow, depending on when they thaw, I will be canning them up. And so I'm going to take you along with that journey. But that's one of the projects I'm starting today. We just had these 2 beautiful zucchini come in from our garden. Our garden is doing an amazing job at producing zucchini and cucumbers. There was a point I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, because they were kind of looking a little sketchy, but they're coming in beautifully. So we'll have these at dinner tonight for sure. Just come along with me for some fun projects that I will be doing today. So one of the projects that I forgot to mention that we're going to do is we are going to make some quick pickles with cucumbers. I have that one cucumber plant that is growing an abundance of cucumbers, and I did not realize how many, and realized, oh, very soon we're going to have a lot of cucumbers. And so we picked up a couple cucumbers from the farm yesterday because, you know, they're having cucumbers come in and they looked good. This one is from my garden, this one's from the farm. But then today I was out in the garden and I was like, oh, we have a lot of cucumbers that are about to, tomorrow we're probably gonna have 3 that I'll be able to pick. And the baby loves to chew on cucumbers. They're probably his favorite snack in the world. So I know we won't have an issue going through them, but I do need to be careful in how we go forward with all of them, because I don't want any to end up getting rotten. And so I thought a quick pickled refrigerator pickle sounded really good. Last year I did pickle a lot and I canned them, and they have an amazing flavor, but they are not crunchy. They're very soft, and we've been using them on burgers, which have been good for the summer and stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to do that again. I'm not a huge home canned pickle person, because I know there's probably something you can use to get them to have that crunch, but the less ingredients in something, the more wholesome ingredients, the better, the more I like it. And so that's kind of when I don't really want to have to add things to keep it crunchy and that type of thing. So all that to say, refrigerator pickles sound really good. So we're going to go ahead and make some of those, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So I'm going to wash these real quick. My cucumber is a little bendy and wrinkly because I picked it and I set it on the picnic table and I left it out overnight, and it got wrinkly and bendy and stuff, but it will firm up nicely in a nice pickle brine. So we are gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and chop my cucumbers. Take each of the ends off and go ahead and just put them into nice discs. You could chop these any way that you wanted. If you wanted to do spears, you could do that. Even if you wanted to like cube them up and then make a type of quick relish, that would be really good too. But I'm envisioning just some nice, fresh, circular, crunchy refrigerator pickles. Okay, so that's 4 cups. So we'll double what the recipe that I found. All right, So for the brine, what we're gonna do, I got my pickles into a jar. I don't know if they'll all fit. We'll see once I make the brine if it all fits in here. If not, I'll get it into something else, but that's where I have it for now. But for the brine, we're gonna start with 2 cups of water and then 2/3 of a cup of vinegar of your choice. You could do white vinegar, you could do rice wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, whatever one you prefer. I have some apple cider vinegar, and so that is what I'm using. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar. I did warm water just so it will make the sugar easier to dissolve. 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do basically 2. And then that is it. That's our quick pickle brine. And we'll go ahead and stir that till it dissolves. I thought it would be good maybe to add some freeze-dried dill, actually. So, just gonna add a pinch, maybe a teaspoon of freeze-dried dill. And once that's dissolved, the sugar's dissolved, we're going to pour this over our pickles. Okay, I'm going to use a glass bowl that has a lid for these. That's better. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour my brine over my cucumbers. They are delicious. And I'm just gonna have this sit in the fridge for probably about 4 hours, and then that'll probably be a good enough pickle to start with, and then obviously the longer they sit in there, the more flavor they'll get. But 4 hours should be good. So I need to refill actually my smaller, I keep this in my basement, and I keep a smaller vinegar container here, so I need to refill this. But I was thinking that I wanted to share this. So if your goal is to preserve your, like you would love to grow your own food and preserve it and be self-substantial with that type thing, and that's your mindset, that is definitely something that is really, really valuable to me, and I think would be so cool to do one day. But the fact of the matter is, if you're in an apartment, you don't have the space for that. And so connecting with local farms, people in your area that grow and have the space for growing veggies, and getting either a CSA membership with them. We are so blessed that we have worked at this farm and we are friends with the owners, and so we take things for free because they are so gracious to us. And I know that's not everyone's case, but to at least get involved and see if you could do some volunteer hours or something like that in return for some veggies, if that's something that is near and dear to your heart, really getting in with a local organic farm and get to know them and know the seasons of the fruits and veggies that are coming in, and know when it's peak season for something, and see if you could take any extra seconds off their hands or anything like that, because local farmers are so willing, so kind, and so giving, and they love to be supported. And so if you show that, they really will respond to that. And so I'm just thinking, if that's one of your goals, is to, you would love to grow your own food and preserve it and everything, start by getting connected with a farm and doing that. Even if you can't grow all your food at your apartment right now, you can make connections with farms and get produce from there and preserve that, which is what I did last year. And I'm doing it again this year. And I learned the things that we used, and then the things that we didn't. It's trial and error. Like, I canned a bunch of strawberry jam and a bunch of blueberry jam. We went through the strawberry jam. The blueberry jam, we still have some left, and I gifted it, but it wasn't our favorite. So I'm probably not going to make blueberry jam this year. But I made strawberry jam already. We went through all the tomato sauce, which is great, with all those tomatoes that I got from the farm. And I made a whole bunch of canned pickles, but we didn't really go through those much because I realized we don't really eat a lot of pickles unless it's summer season and on burgers and stuff. And so I'm not gonna can a whole bunch more. I think I'll just more do refrigerator pickles. And so all that to say, like, you don't need to have the garden that's growing all your food and then preserve it. Like, get connected with a local farmer, even if you can't connect with a local farmer, even just to start something, even just buying cucumbers from a grocery store and canning those, that still counts because you're doing what you can with what you have and you're beginning something. You're not just sitting back and saying, well, one day when I have the space and I can grow that, then I'll do it. No, practice now while you might not have the space, but you can do with what you have. And it's really a fun journey. So that was just some encouragement to you guys to get started. Start something. Don't just wait until you have all the right things, because when you have all the right things, then you have to start to learn, and then that's a process. Learning is a process. So in this in-between time that you're kind of at an apartment or small house and you don't have the space, start the learning now, and then when you get that space one day, you'll have learned so much in the waiting process that it'll be so much easier for you. So just a little friendly advice for you from a halfway homesteader. So this video did not go as expected because my day did not go as expected. The baby was fighting naps and he's teething really bad, so he was extra needy. So I didn't get around to filming me make dinner or me canning up the tomato sauce, but I got me dishing up dinner here. We had some pasta with beef stroganoff and the zucchini that we just picked from the garden, and it was delicious. My kitchen has been undergoing a lot of reorganization and remodeling and baby proofing and all those kind of things. So my next video, I'd love to show you what I've been working on and doing, because right now this video looks like an absolute mess. But this was dinner, and I hope you all have a wonderful day and consider liking and subscribing. See you next time. Bye.
Are you trying to film
The viewers want to know how dinner was.
It was A+ with no questions asked.
What does that mean?
It was delicious without any need to question it.
Oh, thank you.
Truly. The baby didn't really like it though.
Well, he was very full, right? He'd eaten a lot already. All right.